Anybody want to be poor? I don't.
The days of lawmakers cashing in on Wall Street could be numbered as the Senate works on a new bill to ban trading for Congress.
Members of Congress get briefings. They get information presented to them. It's not technically insider information under our current laws, but let's be honest, it's information that members of the general public don't have access to.
And the point is, we need to make it illegal for people to do this kind of thing. 86% of Americans look at stock trading by members of the Congress and they say, we ought to ban that. They can't believe it's not been banned already. Nobody should be up in Congress making a quick buck day trading when they should be doing the people's business.
President Trump has previously said he would sign legislation banning stock trading for lawmakers. But with the executive branch now included, the White House says it presents constitutional concerns.
I wanted to give you a chance just to respond. He accused you of insider trading. What's your response to that?
Today, we're going to dive deep into one of the biggest financial scandals that's hiding in plain sight. The members of Congress, the very people who write the laws that shape our economy, are making millions off trading stocks. Now here's the question. Is it fair, is it ethical, or is it flat out corruption? Because while you and I are sitting here watching the markets swing wildly, politicians who have access to classified briefings, insider knowledge, and advance warnings are timing trades like Wall Street pros. And now, for the first time in decades, there's a serious push from Washington to ban all members of Congress from trading stocks entirely. But who's fighting it? Who stands to lose millions if it actually passes? And most importantly, is this actually going to happen? Or is this just another political stunt to win headlines? Stay with me, because the story gets deeper than you think. And by the end of this video, you might not see Congress the same way ever again. And I know what we're all thinking. Let's get to it. Now, let's take a step back. For decades, members of Congress have been buying and selling stocks while in office. Perfectly legal, there's no real restrictions other than a weak requirement that they disclose those trades after they happen. Now, the problem is those disclosures often come weeks or even months later, long after those trades have already been made, and by the time the public finds out, it's already too late. So think about this. In March of 2020, right before COVID crashed the stock market, several senators sold millions of dollars worth of stocks, and then they quietly shifted their portfolios. Coincidence? Or were they tipped off by early pandemic briefings that you and I didn't get to see? Now, fast forward to today, the American people are furious. Poll after poll shows the same results. Over 75% of voters, Republican and Democrat alike, support banning Congress from trading stocks. The system takes advantage of insider knowledge, and when the public's trust in government is already at historic lows, this is like pouring gasoline on the fire. So what's being done about it? Several bills have already been introduced, most famously named the PELOSI Act. Now, here's the bill's full name: Preventing Elected Leaders from Owning Securities and Investments Act. Quite a mouthful, but the message is clear. Lawmakers and their spouses should not be buying and selling individual stocks while in office. Now, supporters argue, if members of Congress want to invest, that's fine, but they have to use blind trust, mutual funds, or index funds like everyone else. Now, what they shouldn't be doing is profiting from information that they have access to that the rest of America doesn't. Now, that sounds simple, right? But here's where it gets complicated, because the same lawmakers who would have to pass that bill are the same ones making millions of dollars from the stock market. Conflict of interest, anyone? Now, let me ask you, do you think that Congress will actually pass a bill that hurts their own wallets? Now, why Pelosi, the former Speaker of the House, has become a face of controversy, perhaps the most famous case in this debate. Why? Because her net worth has skyrocketed during her decades in Congress. Her estimated net worth is somewhere in the ballpark of $120 million. Keep in mind that the Speaker of the House has an annual salary of about $223,000. It's not chump change, but it's certainly not high enough to explain a fortune over $100 million. Now, the explanation? Stock trading. Now, Pelosi herself claims she doesn't make the trades. Her husband, Paul Pelosi, does. Now, here's the issue. Paul Pelosi has made incredibly well-timed trades in major companies like Google, Nvidia, Apple, and Tesla, sometimes just days before Congress passes legislation directly impacting those industries. Coincidence or insider trading? Now, critics argue it's insider trading, plain and simple, and Nancy Pelosi has become the symbol of why America doesn't trust Congress with stock trading. Now, let's be clear, Pelosi's not the only one. There's Republicans and Democrats alike, both with questionable traits, but Pelosi has become the lightning rod. When people talk about banning congressional trading, her name is the first one that comes up. Pelosi actually resisted the idea of banning members of Congress from trading for years, until the public pressure grew so overwhelming that she eventually softened her stance. But by then, the damage to public trust had already been done. Because again, Pelosi's not the only one. We've seen senators dump hotel and travel stocks right before COVID. We've seen members of Congress load up on defense stocks right before major military contracts were announced. And that's just a handful of cases. According to recent reports, 97 members of Congress have found to have violated the Stock Act, which is the weak disclosure law that's supposed to keep them honest. That's nearly 1/5 of Congress. So the question becomes, if this many lawmakers are prohibited from well-timed trades, do we really expect them to vote to ban themselves from making money? Or will this all be for show? So this is the breaking point. Congress is under more scrutiny than ever. Public trust is crumbling, and Wall Street is watching closely. Because if a trading ban actually passes, it could reshape the flow of money into markets overnight. Now imagine this, lawmakers are forced to sell individual stock holdings, no more suspicious trades before big votes, and no more hidden conflicts of interest. It sounds like common sense, but also sounds like a fantasy. Because here's the cold reality. Washington doesn't like to give up power, and money is power. So where do we go from here? Will Congress finally pass a ban on stock tradings for all members of Congress? Or will this movement quietly die, be swept under the rug, while politicians keep getting richer? So here's what I know. The pressure's building, people are demanding accountability, and whether or not the Pelosi or another bill goes through sooner or later, this fight is going to come to an end. And the question is, will lawmakers listen to the people or protect their own wallets? Now, I'll leave it with this. If Congress wants to rebuild trust with the American people, banning themselves from trading stocks isn't just the right thing to do, it's the only thing to do. Now, what do you think? Should politicians be banned from trading stocks altogether? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I think I know what we're all gonna say. And if you found value in this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more financial deep dives, share this with somebody who cares about holding Washington accountable. I'll see you on the next one.